Hey guys, Jason here. My Freedom PMG spinning now. Missouri Wind and Solar, the old school Missouri Wind and Solar spinning. Well, the Chinese turbines, they're in dirty wind location. They'll spin here in a second once you got to think about it. They're all over the place. But I'm just getting my normal, maybe 10-mile-an-hour winds. So yeah, Freedom PMG is going east and west, man. I tell you, that's where my winds are from. Nope, Chinese turbines like, hey, there's the wind. Freedom PMG is going like crazy. Old school Missouri Wind and Solar going like crazy. Loving it. But because of the wind, the direction of the wind coming kind of from the south, these guys only spin once in a while. That's alright. But anyway, yep, let's go take a look at my solar rack. I got half of it done, and I got two of my Chinese turbines up back here. The reason I do these, they're only like 11-12 foot off the ground, these little turbines back here, because there's a little wind pocket that blows right through this area of my yard between the house and that hill over there. It's a little wind pocket that blows through. So that's why I have them only mounted so high, and I don't want to use guy wires on them. So anyway, you can see here, got these little angle brackets here, so I have to put the rest of the screws in. And so I did that on the ends, and then I do it on the very first one. In between here, there's an angle bracket that holds this first one down, and then I put these screws in, and when I put this panel on, I slide it up, and then I tighten these screws down. So this panel is held on with angle brackets on all four edges with angle brackets. And then I got these little screws with washers. They're 3.5 inch deck screws with a washer on it. And I take this panel and I slide it up underneath those, and then I tighten it down. Two there, two up above there, and then on this edge I put angle brackets again, and then I'll put more screws in there, and then I'll take the next panel, slide it up here. I get two screws set with washers on them, and then I'll slide that next panel up, tighten it down, and then that'll hold the next panel down, and at the end I'll put more of those angle brackets. So that gives me 3 of these 230 watt panels per 10 feet, and then I'll be building another 10 feet coming out that direction with another little Chinese turbine on the back of the pole, just like these guys. I could use SkyMax, but these ones are so cheap. I have to heavily modify them, of course, to make them work, but they're very cheap little turbines, and they make some power. but not as much power as my old school Missouri Wind and Solar. And it's like 3 of these little tiny turbines here might make as much power as that old school Missouri Wind and Solar. I don't know, maybe not. But either way, they're just back here just because there's a little wind pocket that blows right through here for summertime winds, and that's what they're made for. It's just to grab that little bit of wind that blows right between my house and off that hill. There's a little wind pocket that blows right through the little valley right here, and they're just here to grab that. So that's their only purpose. Because I live in such a heavily wooded area, it's like you guys see trees and everything all around me. It's hard to find a location for solar and wind, so I have to plan it for where I get the most wind, where I get the most solar for the day. Excuse me. But anyway, yep. They, you know, my Missouri Wind and Solars are always going. Almost always. They take a little bit more wind to get going than the little Chinese turbines do, but you know, if I lived in a nice area where I didn't have all these trees around me everywhere, it wouldn't matter. But yep. Placement of my turbines is it took me a lot of research to figure out where to place my turbines to get the best performance out of them, and so yeah, I mean, I recommend anyone who's trying to get into this stuff do the same. I mean, to be able to get the same amount of power as one of those Freedom PMG turbines in good winds, I have to spread my turbines and several of them all over my yard. So that's the way I have to go. But anyway, it's cool. So yep, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and go back inside. Gotta find my dog. He keeps wandering off. So talk to you guys later. Freedom PMG, always going. Almost always. Especially if after I put 9 blades on it, always going. 9 blades on the old school Missouri, always going. My little Chinese turbines, well, if they find the wind, they're always going too. So alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.